Hello and welcome to Show Up. Now we are about to meet Jenny and we're going to talk about religion. We're in this beautiful church. I have to show you. See what you can see. Look at that. Okay. All those drawings on the ceilings and walls. Okay. Oh, she's coming. Show up, show up, show up, show up. Hello, Jenny.
Hello.
Welcome to Show Up with me, Sofi Bonde and Jenny Karlsson, who's a priest, a Swedish priest.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this with me today.
Thanks for asking.
We have known each other a little bit, and I have had some talks about faith, religion, and I just think you have a modern way at looking at faith today in Sweden, with all the people that don't really, they're standing between believing, not believing, but they're still believing
in something.
Yes.
Exactly. I don't believe in God, but I believe in something.
Yes, there is something.
It's quite
yes.
Yeah.
It's almost like you said before that there's like some kind of like, oh, do you believe in God? Like that's really weird.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're a priest, though, it's almost like that's more excusable, I think.
Yes.
So I think it's easier in one way for me because it's more pronounced for me in one way. People are looking upon religious people as something that is quite weird.
What's wrong with you?
A little bit like that.
I can't put my finger on it.
But I think also in one way that people are starting to be more and more curious because we see other people from other countries, other cultures where religion and faith means something important. So I think that it also has started to open up a little bit for being more curious. So it's both. It's both.
Yeah, I think so too. I think also that, you know, one thing I always think about this when I watch all movies, and we don't have this really in Christianity, but you know, the whole like in Rome where they go and they can talk to a priest and these, what do you call that? Like the
confession.
Yes.
Biktbås in Swedish. Swedish. That's the Catholic tradition.
That's the Catholic.
We have it in the Protestant tradition too, but it's not that common.
Because I'm thinking today, so many people, they go and talk to a coach or psychologist, and I think in the old days, they would go and talk to a priest.
Exactly.
And so why don't we bring that in?
Good question, I think.
Right?
Maybe because the church has maybe not really answered up to people's needs. Do you know what I mean? So that has opened up for more of this searching your own truth thing,
right,
which is good in many ways. But I also think that tradition, church, with all the bad things that has been with it, it also comes with a deep tradition. Also means like a deep understanding of wisdoms that has been brought on with people for many years. So in that way, people in our time might be sometimes a little bit naive to what it means to find my own truth, because my truth is always part of a bigger society, history, culture. And I think that religion and religious traditions has been also quite good at bringing that to us. But then of course there has always been backsides of it as well.
I'm thinking also that probably, I mean, most people, they feel good, even if you're not a believer or if you don't believe in God. I think a lot of people find comfort coming into church.
Definitely.
Just stepping into this environment, zoning out from everything else in life, and maybe talk to yourself, and that could maybe be talking to God.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And I believe that is, for me at least, that's part of what is a faith. So in that way, people have faith in their bodies, sort of. I was thinking when the big cathedral in Paris was destroyed, Notre Dame, they built it up, even though France is also such a secular country nowadays. It meant so much to people, not only for religious people, but for people culturally. And I guess it stands for meaning. It's easy to believe that faith is to believe in some kind of truth that is above there. But for me, I think faith is more about what brings meaning to my life in relation to other people's lives, in relation to this world, to history, and to the future as well. So I think that the Cathedral of Notre Dame or the Church of Catarina might stand for something deeper, meaningful like that. Within lots of people, not only us who goes to church for service.
So very well said. I think you have, like, how do you, if you talk to teenagers that are lost in life, because I think being a teenager today, exposed to so much, like this, social media.
Exactly.
How do you talk to them? Like, what is how do you give them comfort?
I think when it comes to teenagers, especially when it comes to everybody, but especially teenagers, I think it's so important to confirm them as people and to relate, their lives, their questions, their struggles and everything, and be able to relate that to the stories that my faith brings. To kind of show that the tradition, the church tradition, the Bible and all that is something that actually talks about things that are relevant in their lives, and try to find the stories and those things that actually can give them strength to believe in themselves, but also in themselves in relation to others, because it's also easy today to believe in yourself as something that is isolated from others, which I also believe is part of why so many people are feeling, we're talking about what do you call it, like the mental,
alone and depressed, of course,
exactly. So, and also feeling lost in life.
I think the connection, and I think this is a big part of faith, I think it's the comfort that we feel is like that we have a connection through each other, because if we do feel isolated, and sometimes we're too scared to face the world, so it feels more comfortable in there, but it would actually feel a lot better to just get out there, meet someone face to face. And I think, maybe that Sweden should be first to bring that in, and like you can come and talk to someone.
Exactly.
For free.
And see what we have. We have this tradition that has been here for thousands of years now. And now we have been, maybe Sweden has had the need to distance itself from the religious traditions, because nowadays we have to talk about traditions, of course. But maybe be more open to see that, well, we have these traditions here, maybe there are some wisdoms here that we can actually bring into our lives, instead of seeing it like buildings, churches, persons or mosques or whatever, that is something that is separated from our lives. Because that's my conviction, that when we talk about faith, we talk about people's lives. It's our lives that it is all about. So
sometimes I think now it's like the season when all the ants come into the house. Try to get rid of them. But it's like
I live in an apartment.
We have, yeah, so I mean, I'm thinking about how for them it's impossible to understand what we are, like this above, like,
exactly.
And then the same way, like there's some things that are just impossible for us to understand. And I think that is like the curiosity about what's going on. What is it that we don't understand? What is it that keeps us going? What is life all about? But anyway, these are big questions.
Yes.
And it is so nice to sit down with you and to have this little talk, and I hope we can do it again.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Jenny. All right. Thank you guys. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Show up.